There was a teacher at Pflugerville, ISD. He was a teacher at Bowles Middle School. And he decided to tell, the black students, how he really felt, about himself and his race. Let's go ahead and roll that.
Deep down in my heart, I'm ethnocentric, which means I think my race is the superior one.
Oh!
Wait, no, let me finish.
Hey, look. So, white is better than all.
No, let me finish. You
Go
finish.
ahead.
Hey.
I think everybody thinks that. They're just not honest about
Hey,
it.
I'm not racist though. I like all types of kinds.
Did I say I don't like people?
People only think
Wait,
that.
so you said you are what? You are
You
racist?
saying you're like,
You're
I think
racist?
everybody's a racist at that level.
No, but you said you are racist.
I did. Yeah, I'm trying to be honest.
Yes, I'm racist.
No, I'm not saying it again. I've said it enough.
So you're
I
racist.
think I slightly feel you can stop speaking.
Yes, you said
Put your phone up.
I respected you.
I'm
I
putting
actually
your phone up.
respected you for a while, but like
I'm putting your
now,
phone up.
I don't even got no more respect for you.
Put it up.
Yeah, for real. I don't think I got respect for him no more, bro.
You should have more respect. 'Cause I'm
This video and many others I've covered over the years is the reason why I am very against the public school system here in the United States of America for black children. Because our black children have to go through this kind of discrimination and abuse all the time. If they're going through it with a teacher, it could be some administrator, it could be some race soldier in the school that's trying to get some sort of charges, on our black children. See, white children don't have to deal with any issues or problems like this. This is why I've always said I will work 1,000 hours a week to pay for whatever school that I need to pay to keep my child out of those public schools and have them in schools only ran by people within our community. Because at least I know that my child will not be abused based on her skin tone. At least I know that. This guy was fired. They said by November 14th, they said that he was terminated and he's no longer a teacher at that school. But he felt so casual to say it to those children. He didn't really flinch. He didn't feel bad. He didn't say, "Ooh, why did I say something like that?" And, and those kids, shout out to them because they were, a class act. They say, I used to respect you, but I just can't respect you anymore. And they said it just so cool, and they didn't react. They didn't want to swing and fight, and that's the proper way to be, because, it is his right. If he wants to be a freaking white supremacist, it's his right. And it's also our right to not have you teaching our children too and say, oh, you got to go. You can't be in here teaching anything because you feel that your race is superior to mine. And then the funny part is these people who think they're so-called racist superior, I always tell them all the time, if you're so much superior than me as a black person, let's go do a sun challenge. Let's go. Let's go on the hottest day we can find in June, July, and August on the beach where there's no shade. I sit out there on the beach. You sit out there on the beach all day. We just make sure we got some water and some food, but no lotion, no skin tan, no freaking sunblock, no nothing. Just straight natural. Let's be out there in the beaming sun. And let's see if you're superior than me that day, right? I mean, surely if you're superior, then I don't see you could be in the sun, right? I mean, I can walk down a bunch of things while he ain't superior. But, that's the go-to for me. I say it's the sun. The sun telling you you're not superior than me. And I'm not superior to nobody. I'm not. I don't want to be superior to nobody. I'm a human being. I breathe air. You breathe air. So that means no one is superior. You got to eat food. I got to eat food. You're not superior. We all got to go use the restroom. We all got to go to sleep. One day, the Lord will be ready for us too. Nobody is superior to nobody. That's a dumb ideology that you just I'm superior because of my skin color. If you really think, use your brain to think that. Even the logic of that. There's no logic in it. It's none. If you were so superior, then you would need all these people to come into this country and do everything for you. If you were so superior, you wouldn't have set up there and depended on my ancestors to build this wonderful place that you live in today. You wouldn't be dependent on people from Latin America to come in and work for you if you were so superior. Because superior people could do things on their own. They don't need nobody. They need none at all. If the NBA was just ran about, hey, everything was just you, no black people. The NFL, no black people. If black people just stayed out of music, stayed out of the culture of America, we really like kind of just separate ourselves and did our own thing. So when you couldn't stand it. And every time we done that in America, separate ourselves, stay in our own little area, done us, you still came over there and want to destroy what we got. So it lets you know that you are not superior. Through all history, you never proved to be superior. The only thing that I can say you're superior at, I will give you this. You are superior at creating ways to delete people. Oh, you superior at that. I will give you that. You are superior at defining different ways of hating people and causing division. You are superior at that. I give you that. Outside of that, because all that's you. Outside of that, no, not at all. And that's not really nothing you want to be superior at the end of the day. That's why you're losing your freaking mind. Because this country is turning a way that you're not ready for. And then you're not the majority of anymore. And eventually, if you're not the majority, then eventually you're not going to be in power. And you know this. That's why you're acting a straight plumb fool. But let me know what y'all think about this, And once again, I say shout out to those kids. Shout out to them because, they laughed at him because he's an ignorant fool. That's why you laugh at him. And those kids to say, I just don't respect you no more, And I think that hit him a lot more than them who's been acting a fool and just trying to hit him.